Hey Magic fans, Jake Valentine here with Top Deck Productions with what might be Santa's most underrated and underplayed deck. I'm talking about Green-White Aggro, piloted by Team Card Order Brazil at Pro Tour Ixalan and championed by Willie Adel on Twitter for the past couple weeks. This is a deck that, according to Adel, has game in just about every matchup it plays, and that's something that resonates pretty well with me, so let's focus in on what's going on. We begin with the creatures, even though at first glance they look rather unassuming. Narnam Renegade is a decent enough blocker that, with the Revolt Trigger, could be a good stonewall. Sacred Cat is more annoying than anything, but hey, getting life and having a reliable blocker for cheap is nothing to sneeze at. Adorned Pouncer is also annoying thanks to its double strike, but the Eternalize ability is something to sneeze at either. Now all of these cards become better with the 4 full copies of Resilient Kenra. Its Enter the Battlefield ability can make the most unassuming threats into legitimate concerns for your opponents. Rounding out the creatures is Aggro All-Star Adanto Vanguard, Merfolk Branchwalker, the trendy sleeper pick for best Ixalan card thanks to its Explorer ability to filter through your deck, ensure that you hit necessary land drops, or it's just a 3-2 for 2 mana sometimes. Kinjali Sunwing allows you to get past your opponent's blockers with ease, and then finally Oketcher the True should have no problem being activated in this Zoo-style deck, plus, it gives you more creatures, which will come in handy with Appeal to Authority. Now, remember those unassuming cards from earlier? Now they're packing quite the punch, aren't they? And plus, you can also protect them with 4 full copies of Blossoming Defense, that allows you to safely go all in with one attacker. Finally, 2 copies of Aether Spear Harvester allow you some main deck life gain and evasion with decent stats, so long as the Braid isn't continuing to see a large-scale mainboard resurgence. And additionally, 2 copies of Legion's Landing should have no problem flipping to give you a steady onslaught of life-taking bodies. In terms of lands, we are headlined by the deserts. Hashep Oasis and Shevet Dunes provide more ways to make those innocent-looking creatures into a destructive force. Now remember, you can only activate them as sorcery, so, don't activate them into speed in combat, because you can't do that. From there, we are rounded out with forests, plains, a playset of Sunpetal Grove, and the one-of copy of Scattered Groves. To the sideboard we go, and it's packed with plenty of goodies to shore up those post-board games. Heroic Intervention is protection against sweepers, which is, always needed in any deck that loves to go wide like this. Gideon of the Trials can put a serious clock on the slower control-type decks, plus, hey, it's Gideon. Who doesn't love Gideon? From there, Sunscourge Champion is excellent tech against aggro decks that can allow you to gain a serious amount of life on a creature with decent stats to boot. Just keep in mind that it's not going to do well against Rampaging Ferocidon. But thankfully we can cast cards like Ixalan's Binding to make sure the card doesn't see the light of day, or, just cast it out of existence. Though, to be honest, you probably want to save that cast out for Hazoret. Now we have some sweepers of our own, that include a 1 of Settle the Wreckage and 2 Fumigate. Now as a deck with plenty of cards that either Embalm or Eternalize, losing our board isn't the worst thing possible when things get too out of hand. Plus we have to kill those Bristling Hiders and those large token decks somehow, right? Finally, we finish it up with 1 copy of Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, which is still a good card by the way, and 1 Ajani Unyielding, which can help keep our gas coming while also dealing with pesky threats like the Scorpion God. Now personally, I've been excited to take a deeper look at this deck since I saw it talked about on Twitter, and I'm really itching to get my hands on it. I definitely want to give it a run in an upcoming Versus video, so look out for that. But to explain how sold I am with this archetype, you might even see me give it a whirl during Standard Showdown or a Magic Online League. I mean, think about it. A deck that can go wide, turn unassuming creatures into legitimate threats, have the ability to keep those creatures coming from several different angles, and a sideboard that's pliable enough for any matchup that exists in Standard. I mean, what's not to love? Sure, it hasn't seen large-scale Grand Prix success, but for the local level, this seems like a no-brainer. Plus, it's relatively cheap too. Thanks for watching our deck focus on Green-White Aggro. Be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube to be alerted for when videos go live. Support us via Patreon at patreon.com/TopDeckProductions. Follow and sub to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/TopDeckProductions. And check out our website for articles, deck lists, and more at topdeckproductions.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.